Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. I know all you turkeys are out there full of turkeys and everything. This is going to be a great year. The 18th, we're going to get more voters out than ever before. And Alabama set the standard. They said they're going to vote. Everybody's going to vote this coming year. 2018. It's going to be an important year for all the voters, the grandchildren, the grandfathers, the grandmothers, everybody. So you want to get that diabetes check, just run over to First Baptist there. It's a free job. I think that you should do that. What's happening in Bowie? Senior citizens, they have a big time coming up here. They call the Senior Citizen Center there, and they'll tell you about the different programs that they're going to have during the month of January 2018. I know we're early, but we're going to be there. You're going to be there. I had my checkup, so you get your checkup, okay? And because basically what this is for your grandchildren, You think in terms of the grandchildren when you want to go there and buy toys and expensive gifts, make sure all of them have diabetes checkup. And this is being done at the First Baptist Church in Glen. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start the senior citizens here in the city of Bowie. They have a terrific program going there right off of 301. If you really want to get involved into the community, go to the senior citizen center there in Bowie. And most of the churches have programs too. But the senior citizens, we're going to be heard in 2018, the senior citizens, they're going to have the highest ruling level than anybody. Isn't that right, seniors? That's right. But that's what we're going to the polls, and we're going to take our grandchildren. That's the thing. That's the mood that we're going to be in 2018. Is take your grandchildren to the polls. That's the theme. The theme for 2018, take the grandchildren to the poll so they can see what it takes to make this country greater than it's ever been before. Because when everybody is voting, we all benefit from that because we get all that good education there and that get all the things that we need, but it's a lot of other things we need to do too. And I want to talk about that. The beginning of the program in 2018 is the school board. Prince George County has problems with the school board. I think they're going to have to change their procedure or do something because the school board, they lost a Head Start program. What was it? 6.8 million, and then the state governor, Governor Hogan, gave them 3 more years. I think totaling around 28 million. But they seem to think money is the problem, but I think organization is the problem with the school board. I think the school board should be elected. What do you think? What do you think? You think the school board should be elected? Hey, yeah, it's early. 2018. You got to get on your horse. You got to get involved in all these different projects. And the other big project in Prince George County that you have to get involved in, you know what it is? It's the hospital. That's what I said. I opened the program talking about diabetes. At one time, whooping cough was a real killer, and all of a sudden, they put some money into it, did some research, and very few people have whooping cough now. The same thing could happen as far as drugs is concerned, as far as diabetes is concerned, is changing diets. It's every individual have different solutions. But what you want to do is to make sure that this hospital that they're building in Prince George's County in Largo has a research center. I mean, they got diabetes could be one of the subject matters, but there's other matters too that the community needs to start working on and stop talking about not having the money. The University of Maryland is the backbone as far as the education preparation is concerned, and that's what you should do. You should get the youngsters, make them aware of these various research projects, and you'd be surprised. I bet you some want to get involved with it. So those are the two big things, voting and the school board, and that's associated with the voting. The school board right now, I think they have it so that they have appointees. It's okay to have some appointees, especially individuals can bring outstanding background and experience into the area. Because what happens with that is that what we want to do, we want to get down on top of this hospital research because it attracts money. That's what I said. And the first thing that your researcher is going to want is talk about where are you going to get the money to do all this researching. The researching can be done right here in Prince Johns Hopkins and many of the hospitals in the area. They show you the money that you never Johns Hopkins talking about they need more money because they get more money than they need for research. And that's the way we want Prince George's County to be the #1 in the world. Not in the county, not in the United States, in the world. We can do it. All we have to do is start working now before the bricks are laid. Get your friends, get the young people involved in it, and get corporations involved in it and sponsoring research in Prince George's County. Okay, so I talked about it. Excuse me, I talked about this a couple months now, and I'm emphasizing it because of the fact that I think it's just very, very, very important that you can be more active in your community. When I say active, take part in the civic association, the churches, and the different projects that they have going around. And the lead project, like I said, is that hospital, and also we want to make sure that it has research potential that will attract young people into the system. So these are things for 2018. I mean, you don't have to look for a project. You can start with those two, the hospital and the school board. The school board, it needs revamping. In other words, and the only way they can revamp it where it's positive for everyone is they have to get the voters involved. I think that you could have some appointees, but having all appointed school board has not worked. And it showed losing, what is it, $6.8 million from Head Start program, losing, and the governor gave them 3 more years, and still the investigation that the governor, the state board said there are problems with the school board, and it's up to you. I'm talking about you. You over there in cheeseburger, that hamburger, that turkey, or that pie, whatever. Stop for a minute and think about it. Is that you want to get involved with the development of the new hospital, especially the research section, because it attracts money, and that's what it takes in research. I should know. It takes money to be involved in that. So those are things when you make your resolutions for 2018, put those two things on the top list. Make sure that you vote, make sure that you get involved with the hospital, development of the hospital. But vote for the dog catcher, vote anytime you get an opportunity to vote for someone. Take the time to do it, because that individual may have effect on your family. It may not be your immediate family, it may be a cousin, uncle, or friend. But the idea is that the Ed Brown Show is starting out 2018 with those two projects, the school board revamping, and also research at the hospital, which would be located in Largo. Some of you don't even know where the hospital is going to be, right? It's over there by the metro in Largo off 202. And also, what you have to realize coming up in 2018 is that it's slowly but surely you're going to have a new county seat. The county council and county exec, they've gotten together and they've moved quite a bit, and they're renovating some office buildings in Largo there. So you won't have to go all the way to Upper Marlboro and fight those meters, Hopefully they have thought about that, and so they're going to make sure that they have ample parking in Largo for citizens going down to pay their tax bill. But they like that part of it, you paying tax bill, so you want to get something for your taxes. But get involved in the movement of the county seat to Largo. Some of the things you may have ideas about that other people, and when I say other people, I'm talking about employees hadn't thought about, but to make it easier for you. When you go down there at the CAB building, especially the handicap, you have a difficult time finding a parking space to pay your taxes. They should have express parking for taxpayers. If you're going down to pay your taxes, or maybe not express, they could have it where if you're going to pay your taxes, then you just drive up to the front door and someone takes your car, and then you get a number, and then you go and pay your taxes. How you like that as a tax? I think that's what I call giving back. You go down and pay your taxes. You pull up to the door, and the doorman comes out, takes your car, and you go in, pay your taxes. You come out, he brings your car back to the door. Boy, I think a lot of citizens would like that type of service, especially at the tax office, where they have to go once or twice a year and put money out for services that sometimes they're inadequate, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But only way that they're going to improve, the only way they're going to improve is you. Yeah, I'm talking to you there with that chicken wing leg. I'm talking to you with that sweet potato pie, macaroni and cheese. Yes, I'm talking to you right now. Get involved in your community and make sure that the youngsters, your grandchildren, your children are into the voting system. Make sure that they understand how it works and what you have to do to make it work for you. You know, most of us say, well, it's selfish. It's not selfish. You're paying taxes, and what's going to happen is that the transportation, your roads will get clog up again. You know, once they get these. I'm not looking forward to it. Get the driverless cars, driverless cars on the road. You think it's bad now? What do you think about that? What kind of a system do you think they need to develop? What about Metro? Metro is supposed to ease the traffic problem, but it seems that the green line and the red line and so many lines are being put in, but every time you look, what happens is you have to pay extra for a fast lane. You know, what's that? What they call it? I think they call it toll. You know, you get on the toll road. Your buddy over there, he has 4 or 5 people riding with him, carpool, so he doesn't pay as much as you pay. But you want that independence, you know. So when you get ready to go home, you know, you don't have to wait for Bill or Jim or Mac or Mary, you know, because they get off 15 minutes later or 15 minutes earlier. So you have to think about those things when time comes to vote for the school board and vote for the Metro. I think that basically the people should be more involved with Metro. Most people don't understand the system, how it works, and what is Metro. What are their obligation to the people beside tolls? You know, they're right on the ball when it comes to toll. They'll build a toll road in 15 minutes, you know, because that's money that's coming into the agency, you know. But what about in your neighborhood? What have they done in the older neighborhoods? Have they forgotten those as far as transportation is concerned? And improve the bus service. Those things, not necessarily Metro, just the bus service. I think more buses should. They're building these beautiful communities now, and what happens is you're having bus service there. If you don't have a car, baby, you out of luck. You know what I mean? Or you have a friend that can take you to these fabulous malls. That's fine, you know. But they got to think in terms of that transportation for all the people, you know, not just the ones that can afford luxury cars and can't afford tolls, you know, because that's the name of the game now, you know. Yes, we're going to build a road for you, but we're going to make it a toll road, you know. And once the money starts rolling in, and then we'll see what we can do about improving the service. I think citizens should be more involved in Metro as far as services are concerned. And you, yeah, I'm talking about you. You could be part of it. Don't worry about it. Don't get involved. You know, don't say, well, I don't have nothing to do with that. They're going to do what they want to do anyway. Yeah, yes, they can always do what they want to do as long as you don't go to the hearings. I went to a hearing last month, and I was surprised at the number of speakers that they had and the lack of knowledge. See, the key to these hearings is not just showing up and shouting and you know, acting up, you know. The key to these hearings is doing your homework. You have to have the facts. In order to get the facts, you got to take some time and do some homework on the project. I don't care what project it is. You can go down. If you take the time, you can go down and show it to the youngsters. Say, this is why we have these type of stores in our neighborhood. you know. But what is the zoning regulation for certain businesses? Don't you want all classifications of monetary businesses in your? For instance, if you want something that's very expensive, why should you have to ride 50 miles to another or city or another town or another county to get the quality in your own neighborhood? Because you can get it in. Because first of all, they take surveys and they take salary surveys, and what they can do if they're pushed, and they're not going to do it unless they're pushed. And you know who does the pushing? You. And if you don't push, baby, they going to put something in your neighborhood that you don't like. And you be with your mouth stuck out, you know, and it's too late then, because the zoning laws are out there. They're out there for everybody to see. And when the county council and the county exec propose these things, you got to go down to the hearing. If you don't, then you're going to be hurting, and your children and your children's children will be hurting in the future. Why did they put that here? Say, I wait 15 minutes at the light trying to make a left turn, or they need to put a barrier here. So if a guy comes swirling around the corner, that he doesn't take my front fender off. You know what I mean? Those are things that you can participate, and you, and only you. I mean, nobody else can take your place. Like I say, I was very proud of the people of Alabama speaking up in that election. And that's what you have to do in your local election. I don't care if it's Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, or whatever. 2018, go to the polls, participate in your community. If you want to make it better, you can complain all you want. It doesn't mean a thing unless you go down to the hearings and make it known with facts. Now, don't go down screaming and yelling, you know, putting on a show. Go down there with facts. The only way you can get facts, you got to go to the hearings. And then organize your neighborhood, organize your group, and present. And you may need a lawyer. That means money. Yeah. Well, you want protection. That's what it may have to take, attorney, to protect your investment. Most of you out there have investment in your home. Most of us, our number one investment is real estate. And it's that house, you know, next is the car. You know? You have to have those two items. So you want to make sure that when they talk about insurance, they talk all types of insurance, whether it's health insurance or whatever. You have to do some homework on it. Don't leave it up to Joe Jones, and he'll tell you his sad story of what happened to him. And most of the time it happens because they don't do no homework. Well, okay, 2018 is here. That's what I say. It's here. What are you going to do? What kind of commitment have you made to your, first of all, your grandchildren, your children, and the community? They say, well, you talk about community. I pay my bills and do all that. You have to volunteer. For a lot of the programs, they need volunteers in order to be successful. How many programs have you volunteered for in 2017? Yes, I'm talking to you. Look in the mirror. Yeah, you the guy. You the guy when the NBA and National Football League and all of that. Come on, boy. We know where to find you. You know what I mean? You over to the stadium, you know. Oh yeah. Nobody has to. What do they do? They pay you to. You camp out half the night to get a good parking space at the games. You know what I mean? You can do the same thing when it comes to social problems that you have in your neighborhood. The social problems in your neighborhood, the only one that can protect it is you. Not the lawyers, not the politicians, but you. And you can't do it staying at home, watching the games. You can't do it not educating the youngsters about how the system works and how they have to give themselves to the community. I was coming over the studio. I was just looking at a lady that maybe some of you have seen her or others, but there's some people out there that really believes in that, because you see them picking up paper. They have one of those sticks, with the nail on the end, and they be picking up paper on the highway. I said, boy, they must be crazy. Hey, there's 40, 50 miles an hour highway, and you see some people out there, that's their dedication. It may seem small to you, but they're dedicated to their neighborhood. They want a first-class neighborhood. And what do? They could go down and talk to the councilman, but what do? They do something physical. They go out there, they're picking up paper. They, have a stick and they walk around on the side of the road. And some people say, boy, I must be crazy, man. 50, 60 miles an hour, man, trying to pick up paper. Well, that's a way, some people, that's the only way that they can show their dedication to their community and that they're proud of their community and they want their community to stay that way. But anyway, you have a beautiful 2018, but you got to volunteer and you got to vote and you have to expose your youngsters to the system that we have here in the United States, the political system. If you are not represented like you think you should be, you change the representative. This has been Ed Brown. Hey, 2018, I want everybody. Alabama showed you, hey, you can do it. See you next time.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.